What's up? Welcome to your favorite show, Cohn and LaRocca. We're your favorite hosts, Grant Cohn, Tyler LaRocca. He's a big hit in the comment section. Just check out what all Niner fans have to say about him. They like his candor and his mustache. Today we're talking Brock Purdy. He's in the MVP discussion because someone put him there. I won't say his name, but we're talking about it because he's talking about it. And he's a discourse leader around these parts. Brock did miss 8 games. No court. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. First, I want to talk about Deommodore Lenoir. He made this game even better. It's the game of the week, but now he called out Jaxon Smith-Njigba, JSN, and said that he wanted to shadow him all game. Week 1, JSN went for like 130 and 9 catches, no touchdowns. He's having a great year. What do you think? Do you think the 49ers should do what Lenoir says?
Yes.
Do you think they will?
I don't think they will, but I definitely think they should let him shadow him. If he wants to smoke, let him have it. I think this is what you pay a CB1 for. I think we've had him on the outside. A lot of people say like a quiet corner is a great corner because that means, they're shutting down their side of the field. They're not getting targeted, stuff like that. So I think it's time to really let him make his impact. I think this game, dude, if he shuts down JSN, what do they have? Kenneth Walker? You could sell out for the run at that point. If he's shutting down JSN, you sell out for the run. I'll take my chances getting beat by Cooper Kupp.
I think the reason the Niners won't do it, first of all, they probably should. Upton Stout's in the concussion protocol. Bernardo Green hasn't played in weeks. If those guys don't play, Lenoir's not going to have any impact on the game. He's never going to get matched up against JSN. And I think the reason they won't is because they don't like playing man-to-man coverage. Like, he could do a good job against JSN, although that's debatable. But then Tatum Bethune's going to get torched. Luke Gifford's going to get torched. Jason Pinnock. Everyone else is available, like the safeties and linebackers. So that's why I think they try not to use man coverage as much as possible.
Yeah.
But there's they could get creative. They could do like a box and one type of concept like you see in basketball where you just lock Lenoir on JSN no matter where he goes and play zone behind it.
That's what I was going to say. Like you could still do the horrible soft squat defense that's been getting us absolutely chewed up by every quarterback and still have Lenoir just track him in man. What do you have to lose? Our defense isn't spectacular. It's not doing anything anyways. So why not give yourself the best chance to win and box up or at least give Lenoir a couple drives? If he gets torched, then whatever. Would I rather him be shadowed by Lenoir all game, or would I rather take my chances with Bernardo Green, who hasn't played, Chase Lucas, who hasn't been playing great, and then Mustafa/Jair Brown over the top? I'll take Lenoir every time.
This is something Wilkes did with Charvarius Ward 2 years ago, and I thought it was one of the best things that Wilkes did. I thought he was underrated and over-criticized as the Niners defensive coordinator. It's like, what's the point of letting the offense dictate the matchups? Why?
Yeah.
Why would you let the Seahawks get the best receiver in football, arguably, on Upton Stout or Darrell Luter Jr. or Chase Lucas? Ronaldo Green's good, but if he, I don't know. Like you said, this is why you paid Deommodore Lenoir. That's the only receiver you really got to worry about. You dictate the matchup, and that's the best one you can put out there.
I would allow it. I also thought that's also why I wanted them to bring on someone like Trayvon Diggs, who just got released, so that you kind of freed Lenoir up to kind of do what he wants, because Diggs is more of an outside corner. You could move Lenoir into slot. You could move him around like a cornerback one. Sometimes he's in the slot, sometimes he's on the outside. He's basically doing everything because he's the best corner on the field. And I wish we used Lenoir more like that so that he could make more of an impact. Because, I feel like myself included, a lot of people have been harsh on him this year because he did just get paid and he's been quiet. He's not the greatest tackler, and his coverage hasn't been very impactful. He hasn't been targeted, which is great. But, when people are motioning them away, the Devontae Adams to motion him to Mustafa was the perfect example. Lenoir was lined up on him. They motioned him away. Lenoir can't track him. And then Mustafa's on him for an easy touchdown. I feel like you need to let Lenoir do what he does best. Because Lenoir loves doing that in practice. He loves one-on-ones. So,
I think he's better in the slot than he is on the outside.
I agree.
I feel like Darrell Luter Jr. has been pretty solid the last few weeks, and Upton Stout's been up and down. Like, he's a good player. He's physical. I like the way he plays the run, but I think he hasn't really been great in coverage yet. Maybe he'll be great in coverage next year, but I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't be against moving Lenoir to the slot and having the outside guys be Green and Luter or Green and Diggs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think it's worth trying. Again, if the defense was like rolling, I would say like don't change anything. But the defense sucks. Our defense is a bottom 5 defense right now. Why not just throw things at the wall and see what sticks?
And he's the best player on the defense.
Yeah, by far.
You can't just put him on the edge and allow the other team to completely ignore him and avoid him. You got to put him in the action, I think. Because again, like you said, you can't be worse than what you. If you did do this, you couldn't be worse than what you were last week. It's not like the defense could possibly be worse.
Yeah, I agree. I think why not? Because again, at the end of the day, if I'm sure JSN's going to beat Lenoir, even if he does shadow him. When it comes to that kind of stuff, you're going to get beat when you shadow number 1 receivers. But it's how often? If JSN can only get 3 catches for 60, 70 yards, in my opinion, that's a win. If you're able to shut him down like that because Lenoir's been following him all day, then how successful is that offense actually going to be at that point? JSN is putting up literally Calvin Johnson numbers. He is the only receiver on that team doing anything for them. Their second leading receiver is, I think, their tight end at 560 yards.
Right. So, if you lose this game because JSN goes for 230 and 2 touchdowns, and he is constantly burning, Jair Brown and Upton Stout and Darrell Luter Jr., then that's sort of like the losses on Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh. You didn't get your best player on their best player, and it cost you, and you lost.
Plus, he's asking for it. He's literally asking for it. Please let me make an impact. This is the game I can make one. Because
if you lose because JSN beats Lenoir, well, then their best guy beat your best guy. There's no shame in that.
It just happens. I wouldn't even be mad at Lenoir. JSN's great. I wouldn't even be mad. I'm you know what? At least you tried. It's not like it would look worse than last week. So, but yeah, if we get beat because, like you said, Upton Stout or Luter Jr. is just getting cooked by JSN, it's we have a 90-something million corner right here. Just put him on the dude. Lenoir's also bigger than JSN, I'm pretty sure, so he could be more physical with them.
In the first matchup, I think Darnold threw for 150. The thing with Darnold, I think we've seen is he's not great with bodies around him the way Purdy is. Purdy's so nifty. He's like Kyler Murray, can get through tight spaces and stuff. Darnold he seems to have bad spatial awareness or whatever. Well, that's not an issue against the Niners. I mean, now he gets to face the worst pass rush in the league. It'll be a glorified 7-on-7 game for him. And when he has time, he's kind of great. Yeah. When he has time and space.
And that's another thing I would like to see. Steve Wilkes used to do it. He did it too much, but Robert Saleh never does it. I want to see some where they line up in that the mid blitz style. I want to see them send the house and play press. Let Lenoir be physical and be up on someone. Let Renardo Green be physical. That's what they want to do. They're both press man corners. Let them be physical. Throw some sort of, at least a little bit of man. This is the team you can do it against, in my opinion. If you send the house at Darnold and let Lenoir play physical with JSN, I guarantee Darnold will make a mistake.
By Cruz says if the Niners win the Super Bowl this year, they'll go back to back. Okay. He's just making if they win the Super Bowl, they'll win back to back. Okay. Dazza says Niners need to generate pressure somehow. If Darnold has time and their run game is going, it will be tough to beat them.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. San Fran Trader says 2026 QC for GC, less cursing. It doesn't add impact. Cut Lombardi refs. We're here for you, not the beef. Keep it focused. Audience wants your voice. All right. Fair enough. In my defense, I haven't cursed yet on this show.
Yeah, not today.
And 2, I haven't mentioned his name yet either. Although I did sort of allude to him because he's the one saying that Purdy should be the MVP, and I'm taking his topic. So, touche.